Hey there YouTube, and welcome to the second installment of 5 Minutes or Less. I have my coffee brewed. You should set me at 0.75 because everybody knows that I can talk way too fast. And let's talk about Meetups. So there's an app that you can download on your phone. It's literally called Meetups, and there are other ways to find them, but I really only know about this app. And Meetups is an app that connects people that have similar interests on similar topics. And one of the big things that they're used for are tech meetups, and those tech meetups can range from Python coders to JavaScript coders to game development to board game development to runners to everything. There is a whole plethora of things out there that people meet up for because they have similar interests and they're trying to connect to other people. Today we're going to be talking about JavaScript meetups specifically because that's the realm that I live in and why I think it's important for you to go to meetups if there are any around you. Now if you're outside of the US, I'm pretty sure Meetups has components around the world, but if you live in a smaller city or someplace that isn't as techy, there may not be very many options. But if you are in the US or if you are in a place where there are a lot of meetups, you should download the Meetups app immediately and see what kind of tech meetups, specifically JavaScript meetups, they have. So what exactly is a meetup and what should you look for in one? So you should be looking for meetups that have similar interests to you or similar things that you're learning or things that you want to get into, right? I live in the Triangle part of North Carolina, and there's a Triangular JS meetup for Angular developers, and there's a React meetup, and there's a front-end web design meetup, and there's a back-end meetup, and there's Ruby meetups, and there's all these different kind of meetups. Now, me personally, I'm not a Ruby guy. I don't know it. I'm never really going to go to a Ruby meetup unless I decide to learn it or need it for a job someday. But there are like 4 or 5 different JavaScript meetups in my area, and I've been to pretty much all of them, and I can say that it's always been worth it every time I've gone. One big thing to look for in meetups is make sure that people go and that they're still active, right? There's an RSVP function that shows you how many people are going and a membership function that shows you how many people are currently in the meetup. There's a calendar of events. You can see if they've had anything recently and if they have anything like very soon in the near future. Check those things. Make sure that you don't end up joining a dead meetup and you wait around to see if they like have a meeting and then they never do. Also, if you live in an area that doesn't have a JavaScript meetup yet, you're probably not the only person trying to find other people who are interested in learning in or using JavaScript on a regular basis. So maybe consider starting your own meetup. And I get it. I totally get it, especially if you're a newbie programmer, how it can be very intimidating to go to some of these meetups. A lot of the times the subject matter may be above your head or something that you've never even heard of before or countless other things that can intimidate you. But I promise you these meetups are totally worth going to, and you just have to tell yourself that these people were like me someday in the past and they didn't know much either, and hopefully they'll understand. Every meetup that I've ever been to has been super welcoming, super friendly. I'm an outgoing person, so I tend to just talk to people, but I had people coming up to me and asking me where I'm from, and they hadn't seen me there before, and what I do, and just super intrigued by everyone around, and just wanting to connect and be friendly and have a good time. That's really what this is all about, is being social about something that you enjoy and that you're passionate about. And even if the subject is way over your head, you have no idea what they're talking about, you can still find value in these. Not only from the people who are presenting or talking or whatever the subject may be, but also just the connection with other people in the community. If you're learning code on your own, eventually I'm assuming you're going to want to go find a job, and these people are probably working in the industry, in your field, in the area that you're looking for, and having those connections is really powerful. Being able to lean on somebody who you've seen at a meetup 4 or 5 times and you've exchanged emails or Twitters or whatever it is, like being able to be like, hey man, I'm looking for a job, do you know of anything? Even if it doesn't lead to anything the first time, it's a really powerful tool to have. Being connected to that social network of people who are in the industry is really, really, really powerful. I've been to meetups specifically right after I graduated from the Iron Yard that I literally, I couldn't even code along. It was so far gone from me what they were talking about. But I ate free food and I talked to some pretty cool people and I saw some pretty cool tech company campuses and I made friends from these things, and I got invited to a board game night after one, and yeah, it's just a good time. I'm new to this area, right? I didn't grow up here, I wasn't born here, I didn't have a bunch of built-in friends here, and it was cool to go hang out with people and be social and talk about things that I'm interested in and talk about JavaScript and development and all of that stuff. Like, that's really awesome. And that's what a lot of people go to these things to do. It's to socialize. So don't be intimidated by the subject. Anyways, guys, I'm assuming I'm getting close to 5 minutes because I know how to ramble really well. If you've ever been to a meetup, feel free to leave it in a comment down below. What was your experience like? If you like this video, feel free to hit that like button because they are super awesome and they make me smile. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to follow along in my development journey and also get these random 5-minute videos of me spouting information really quickly. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and I will see you again very soon. Bye.